Okay, good morning everybody. This is Three Little Pigs in the Live Market, and it assumes that you've read the free ebook, which is the Three Little Pigs Trading Strategy. That's a free product over here on the website. You can find it here. The indicator that I'm going to be using on my charts today is also available on the website over here, the Three Little Pigs Swing Trade Indicator. I will also talk through the no indicators trading strategy at the end, which is also available over here on the Forex Useful website. Okay, so into the markets. And we'll start with alphabetically, so Aussie dollar first. There's nothing here of interest for us at the moment. Two higher time frames are out of sync. We've got the weekly trend is up here and the daily trend is down, just waiting for it maybe to move back up here. So the next likely move here is that we get a signal to the upside. Those that have taken the one-on-one, obviously you can take the late entry if you wish, or you can wait for the pullback and then a new signal. Entirely up to you how you adopt the strategy. Euro GBP, similar story, only we're down and up here, so the weekly's clearly down and the daily's up. Probably not really expecting much action here, the likely event being that with this weekly being so far away from the moving average would be that the daily will move down and then we'll get a new signal on the 4-hour chart. But it's possible that we'd get no action this week. Euro JPY, I've got my average true range shown there, down and up again here, so we're just waiting confirmation either way here. So the weekly's quite tight here and the daily as well. We're just waiting for these to come into sync, and then we'll just take the appropriate signal when we get it on the 4-hour chart. Euro USD, I covered this in the newsletter at the weekend and identified these trades here where I've had 5 losing trades here in a row. I did have a nice winning trade back here. This was the entry candle here, so I made about 4% here based on 1% risk per trade. So this minus 5% basically wiped that winning trade out. But I just don't know which of these signals is going to give me the next move like this one. So even after 5 losers in a row, I've got complete faith in the strategy. So I'll be taking the next signal, be it long or short. Quite unlikely that it'll be a long signal, at least not for a while, because the weekly trend is so far away from this moving average here. Even though the daily can move up. So if we get a new signal here on the 4-hour, I had a couple of emails, will I still take the next signal? Damn right I will. So just waiting for that now to move back down, and I'll be taking the signal as normal. Onto cable, and here again we're up and down. It's quite choppy at the moment on the 4-hour time frame, so we're up and down here. Weekly's clearly up and the daily's clearly down, so I'm really not expecting, that's just my alert, I'm really not expecting any action this week on GBP USD, so a quiet week for cable. USD CAD, up and down here, so weekly's up, daily's down. Likely move is that the daily will move back to come into sync with the weekly rather than the other way around. So if we do if the daily pushes up, obviously we'll push up on the 4-hour as well, and we'll get a new long signal here on the Canadian dollar. USD Swiss, again up and down, here we are on the weekly. We've just moved up on the weekly actually, and the daily just moved down. So again, we're just waiting for a signal either way, up or down. When the two time frames come into sync, we'll just take the signal. It could go either way. Last but not least is USD JPY, where we do have a trend, and I just took a new trade this morning. This was the entry candle here. So nice entry close to the moving average, so 102.33. I got in 102.35, and I've got a trailing stop just about 20 pips away, according to the one-on-one where we use the average true range. We divide the upper and lower, as those who've been on the one-on-one know. Divide the upper and lower, and then we just subtract and we trail it below the moving average. So hopefully this is going to be, with a nice tight stop like this, hopefully we can see some upward movement on the yen, and this will make up for the choppy markets everywhere else where we're not really seeing a lot of action recently. Last but not least, but I did say USD JPY, but I will also cover gold. So we're up here on the weekly and on the daily. It's quite tight, but nevertheless we're still up. So if this 4-hour chart moves back up and gives us a signal, those who trade this gold will be taking a new entry. So I will just touch on the no indicators trading strategy before I finish off here. So this was our entry back here in July. So we've come down. This was the first time we moved the stop. With this low was broken, we moved the stop again, and we had to wait quite a while, but when this low was broken, we were able to trail the stop. Seeing this move down here, retracement, we broke the low, so we moved the stop again. We gapped up this morning here, so basically I'm waiting for this low here to be broken, and if it's broken, then I'll trail my stop down to here or wherever the high is before the low gets broken. Obviously, if we see a move back up, the people that trade nits will be, you'll have your long order in the market here, and your initial stop will be here. And on to Euro USD. Our initial stop was up here for this trade, so we can see that this was the entry, and we got a chance to move the stop quite early here. And again, we've moved as we make the lower lows and lower highs. So this was the last low to be broken here. Our initial stops here at the high. So just waiting now for a break of this low and just to move the stop again slightly. Or if we get taken out, the long order will come into force and we'll be long the market with the stop down here. Euro JPY, the most boring trade of the year, as I've been calling it, is finally over. We went long here with a stop down here, so it was almost 500 pip stop, and we just basically ranged here all year on the 4-hour chart. Made some good money on the 5-minute chart actually intraday here. So when these moves are happening on the 4-hour, by default it means that we're going to get the nice trends on the 5-minute, 15-minute chart and make some money intraday while we're having a boring time, as I called it, on the 4-hour. So due to this market condition, I've actually changed my strategy here a little, because as I got taken out of this long trade here, I didn't have a pending short order in the market. I just wanted to see what happened, because this to take an entry down here at 136 with a stop loss up at 144, it doesn't really matter what the market does unless it's completely drastic. I wasn't going to make much money here, so what I've done is I've just let the I've let the market show me where the high and low is. So basically, this is where I believe that the bulls run out of puff and the bears run out of puff down here. So I've got an order to go long in the market at this level with a stop here, and I've got a subsequent short order in here with an initial stop here. So much tighter entry here, and a better chance to make some money than taking the blind short order here and the huge stop loss up here. And I think that's about it. I think I can just finally wrap up and just plug my own ebook, if you don't mind. So here it is on Amazon.com. If you type in binary options trading, it's actually top of the list on .com and .co.uk at the moment. So just search for binary options trading, and you'll find my new ebook. Thanks for listening, and any comments, just this will be up on YouTube shortly after we finish, so just post on there or drop me an email at the usual address. And on that note, all the best to all of you.